really got interesting. But PARIVISION successful again, 3 rounds in a row.
It's in a way, it's a low bar to clear what you're asking for to win rounds like these. And it's not like you're going to get a lot of high fives or praise for winning against, you know, a couple of upgraded pistols and no armor. But you are going to get a lot of criticism if you end up losing it. So you must clear that bar. You're absolutely right. Like, we're in a grand final here. If you make those kind of mistakes of your PARIVISION, which they didn't in this round, but yeah, if you start to do that, then the hope of really having a strong finish to the tournament, they start to fade pretty quickly. Round number 16 now. We're in 8-7 territory. PARIVISION, I would say already, I'm impressed with what they brought into the second half. I feel like they looked very defeated at one point, but yeah, they're summoning some strength here. James once again proving himself, I think, a strong captain, keeping people motivated. Cello also individually is playing well. Sway's playing well. Hobbit, in spite of the criticism, like he's up to 9 kills. It's not totally devastating. Slaxy just like pointed out to me that is the big X factor in the fact that he hasn't played the map that much at all in his career. So we can't expect maybe the world, but a couple of kills here and there can make all the difference. A minute on the clock, and they got top banana control. They're putting a little bit of pressure on the arch side with the smoke, and sometimes that's enough to draw, you know, another player over to this side, especially now that you've been spotted. Yeah, Sway, I think, is just trying to keep 3 people at this A-bomb site, and he's done so successfully.
Spray down is good from Luchov, though. Bit of damage as well across the Hobbit. Slaxy Jazz is very low, but he still gets the touchdown with nade. Luchov playing behind the pillar, gets nailed by Slaxy Jazz. Standing up, having some impact finally after a lackluster series. And his kills have essentially just backed them an 8-8 scoreline. They were down, what, 8-1 at one point?
Yes, they were. And just as we're talking about Slaxy Jazz, what a time to do that. You know, in some sense, tactically, it's not a very advanced round, but that one smoke and the little looking from Sway over at Boiler, it does draw back DGT, because before he did that, DGT was the 3rd man at the B-bomb site. So, yeah, it's not super complicated, but that following, and then obviously you're getting the double entry on the last 2 people that are actually at the B-bomb site, that kind of is the cherry on top. But yeah, sometimes the strats don't have to be super complicated. I guess, I don't know what the right phrasing is, but saying that something is you know, simple, it's not a criticism. Like, it could even be like it could be, yeah, a bit of an advantage in certain moments, I think.
Yeah, sometimes simplicity is just the best way forward, and I think we saw that in the first half when Max was hitting B over and over and over again. They noticed the exploitations that were available, and they took the most out of it. When the adjustments came through and they started to overcomplicate things, it started to come apart at the seams. They lost the last 3 rounds of the half, hitting A and trying these kind of late rotations through on CT spawn side. Now is he going to be calling the timeout as suddenly things get a little bit dicey for them? And another kind of worrying sign or trend, I will say, is if you cast your mind back to the game that 9Z played against Alliance in the semi-finals, on Inferno, Mayan had an unbelievable, huge performance with 33 kills. Was a massive reason why they won that and were able to win the series. On the CT side in particular, he dropped to 1.57. Like, just insane amounts of impact, right? He's 3-11. What happens if he doesn't show up today?
Good question. At this stage, they do need him. I think you've isolated an important variable. We've had our eyes on Slaxy just a little bit, but maybe we'll side-eye Mayan for a second. Our position is hard to flash here. Grenade is down. Cello, good spray down, but Luchov is there. There's a double peek coming in. And that should also tell you there's 3 people on the site here. Hobbit, he decides to take the fight straight to Luchov. Not a fight that I would have predicted Hobbit to win, but he does. They know that Max is here because he threw the grenade out. So it's a double peek plus the grenade. They can do the math on that one. The bomb is still dropped back on the ramp. So PARIVISION, they're not in a hurry. They're waiting. They've got Sway lurking over on the other side of the map. And only Wasso Peak remains on the A-bomb site. So let's see if James can call this mid-round again. He is, I think, one of the more impressive captains in that sense. But right now they are investigating the only stack on the map here. 2 people at the B-bomb site.
Good positions for each other, though. They can play off one another. Mayan from Shadow baiting Max in close. Smoke now down, 30 seconds. That's going to last so long that PARIVISION can no longer hit B comfortably. And they're rotating, and it's Huazo Peak. Needs kills. They line up for him. Double spray. And that could very well be the round that goes with it. Triple for Huazo. Saving the day for 9Z.
That is quite something. Catching them as they're rotating back, and I love what you said. The time in the round. We brought up this point earlier, but the later it is, the more powerful the smokes become. And with 29 seconds, that would leave you no time to get onto the bomb site. So they're forced back. And he took the fight straight to them. They were not expecting to get peeked there. Huge double to begin with. Even if he dies afterwards, it would have been fine, but he doesn't. 12 kills. It's a 9-8 scoreline. And that's in spite of PARIVISION. I think actually getting into a strong position at the start of that round. But, yeah, the smoke going down at B really turned the tables on PARIVISION. Now they got a MAC-10, and that could signal that they could be a little bit quicker. Again, they could have bought something else for Hobbit. They have money to do something else. There's 3 unhelmeted people on the 9C side, so even the MAC-10 there, I'd love to see Hobbit tossed into the madness of this round. That'd be cool.
Has had a bit of a resurgence as well since a very rough CT side. Up to 10 and 14 now. Far from peak levels, but recovery. Just shy of a minute. Very deep passive defense from 9Z though. Back in pit with 2 players. Back in library for Max. Great shot.
Get the job done. Burst DDT wants to continue. 17th kill for him. And PARIVISION not even really getting close to this one, it feels like. Smoke up, flash in his eyes, and trying to wrap around. That's such a great shot from Huazo Peak. His teammate was going to get shot in the back, coming through the smoke. Actually, not a bad move for Hobbit to try and do that. But yeah, Huazo Peak more than ready. And James, if he had teammates anywhere else on the map, this actually could be a fun round. Best he could do right now, I think, is plant the bomb, get the kill here, obviously, on Mayan beforehand. And then, yeah, it's going to put some pressure on 9C. But it's a 1 versus 5 against James. This would be one of the all-time greatest clutches if he could get it, but they're still waiting. Wait, he misses the shot, man. 6 seconds. The bomb is going to be planted. All right. 1 step in the right direction here. Can he pick up the AWP? He can. He's going to need all the bullets for this one. 9C. They should still have it in the bag, but if you lose this one, it's no joke to say it could unravel the entire grand final for 9C. And James wants to be tricky with him. No, he can be. Oh, but Luchov is hiding. What a great attempt for James. If there was anyone in the server that I would trust to try to find a way to do that, it would be James. But 9C have played it well enough, and they're going to get the round.
Man, maybe a bit of justice and karma as well, by the way, because there is no way that Mayan is turning around on Coffins to check his back there if the crowd isn't shouting. But he still died. So a bit of justice, a bit of karma.
That's probably true.
I do agree, though, man. If James had won that round, that was the proper combo breaker. That was the back-breaking moment, I think, for 9Z. They've been calm, cool, and collected. But they would have got a whole bunch more flustered if that went against them. Great hold from Huazo. I think you nailed it as well. Saving his teammate, to just bolster up that defense a little bit more. PARIVISION are able to buy again. They're now down 2 rounds, and these last couple have just running into a brick wall, the South Americans.
It's only 2 rounds separating them, but for a minute there, it did feel like PARIVISION they kind of found the right rhythm here on the T side. CT side was not what we were hoping for necessarily. Looks like PARIVISION are gearing up for, you see them in second mid and up in the apartments, so very strong signal that something is going to be happening. I want to assume that they have to, like Hobbit surely has to try and smoke off that top banana position just to keep them. No, he's going to smoke library instead, or pit, little pits. And they're just going to go for it. They're not even faking the bomb site. They're just running straight in there. And the headshots to follow. That worked perfectly. My only concern in this round is when you give up banana that hard on the T side, you have no idea if the CTs are pushing down. Now, the CTs weren't. They were, in fact, just smoking that top banana position over and over again. I guess, in theory, Hobbit could have heard those smokes and said, well, as long as they're smoking top banana, they themselves won't know. Like, in some sense, 9C end up smoking themselves out of the information. But yeah, it can be scary when you're that committed to one side and you don't know if the CTs are pushing. We saw that happen on Mirage as well, where a 9C on the CT side of Mirage were pushing out and catching PARIVISION in some of those moments, but not at all this time. Great round.
I think this goes as well to show that PARIVISION have definitely done their homework, because one consistent factor with 9Z, and we saw them play Alliance twice or 3 times in this event on Inferno, was that they did not play proactively on their CT side at all. We didn't see them try and take banana control. We didn't see them push apps very often either. And so that could be something that PARIVISION and Jame have realized, and they're trying to exploit as much as possible. Good shot in the end for Luchov. Holds on to his M4 so they can go back and get another purchase. But especially when you have 3 players over on B, that's surely the time where if you are going to play aggressive, you have enough utility and enough firepower in order to kind of brute force your way down and get early banana control. But it's fascinating to me to see how few teams do this now.
Yeah, it seems to almost be like a team personality question. There are some that do it on a very regular basis, but it feels like they are pretty far and few between. And there's so much to be accomplished by doing it. For one thing, the rotation time to mid and the A-bomb side, if you're already at the bottom of banana, is very short. So you could put pressure on that early on if there is some sort of an attack. 10-9. I like that round from PARIVISION, and I like the fact that they committed so hard to the plan and not sort of the indecision that we sometimes see creeping into the mid rounds for PARIVISION, where they have many plans and they sort of keep shuffling back and forth for a while. That was not in that last round. Top banana. Fight here for Shello. Oh, the flash is godlike. Luchov never stood a chance, but great return from Max. Are they going to be aware there's a third player here? They might not. DGT was flashed, though, coming in. Oh, Max! A double headshot. They must have lined up for him. And Jame and Sway, 2 versus 4. Oh, they had him locked in the corner. They had him behind the sandbags. Finally, they get rid of him. What a fortunate turn of events there for Max.
Lack of Molotov absolutely killed PARIVISION. Nothing on sandbags. Just brutality. Still a minute left on the clock, so what he's going to be taking forward, be the spearhead of the operation and try and get out and see if he can find himself an entry. Still healthy. And Jane behind him. This round's still not done just yet. 9Z additionally rotating 2 players over onto A.
Yeah, and look at the smoke that they threw up here on the T side. They're doing that while Jame is holding bottom banana. So I think, in a weird way, that smoke towards library or little pit is actually to try and force a peek at top banana. You're hoping that someone on the CT side will investigate and die, but they're not doing that. So 9C, you could credit them with the discipline here. Mayan is in the back. He's been much criticized. The chat are memeing about him all the time at the moment. He's got 4 kills. He just needs 1 in this corner, and the round should be theirs. 15 seconds. A lot of discipline for 9C to not overpeak in this scenario, and leaving it up to PARIVISION. Does miss the shots. 8 seconds, and they have to get closer to run him down. Another one missed, and Sway gets the headshot against them. The bomb being planted. Oh, he actually hit him for the smoke, but he still lives. And the bomb plant to follow. Mayan, you're going to have to pray that your teammates can win this round, because otherwise, this will be a really heartbreaking moment. Waso Peak and DGT. They've got the health, they've got the kits, they even have the incendiary. Everything is lined up for them to win this round. And they damn well better. Bomb ticked really far. Jame misses a shot, and the flash will get rid of him. All up to Sway. 1 health in the back corner, and Waso Peak saving Mayan more than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I can't excuse that round for Mayan. He went from hero against Alliance in the semi-finals to 0 here in the grand finals. He's so fortunate that he's got players like Quazo Peak and DGT surrounding him and performing. Otherwise, he would be found out even harder. 4 kills. He had multiple opportunities to just put this round to bed. It's a shambolic aggression as well. Good hold from Max, but again, where's the Molotov? Where's the HE? If you're pushing up banana like that, these are basic, fundamental, rudimentary pieces of utility you throw beforehand.
That's definitely true. They had such an opportunity, you're right. Max probably should have been dead after the first one. I'd love to see the double spray down in return. Sway. Wazo Peak's dead. On Luchov is next. Luchov's actually been quiet a little bit over here. Cello, that's the round over and done with. Awkwardly, again, the bomb is further back, but I doubt it's going to be an issue here. INC have no reason to rotate over to try and do anything. They need to save the weapons. They do have a lot of money on DGT, and an AK and an AWP right now, super valuable. If they run out of cash here, then 9C, that's where the map becomes really uncomfortable. I don't know. If I was somehow blind to the scoreboard and the fact that it's about to be 11-10, just my gut feeling about how PARIVISION have been playing this map, I feel like the fact that they have 10 rounds is kind of crazy. I just don't feel like they've been playing that well, but somehow they've pulled through. And maybe it's down to some of the individual rifling there from Sway and Cello. Like, those moments, they make a huge difference. They've got a lot of kills. I would say it's not great Inferno Counter-Strike for PARIVISION, but if they get the rounds, who cares? Like, that's all they need. It's a grand final. If they can pick up Inferno, it'd be a big shock. We said it right from the start. 9C, they should be a much better team than PARIVISION on this one, but they're struggling.
I think that's why Max went back and said, like, in the grand finals, there are no favorites. Because the chaos, the pressure, everything being on the line, as you say, like, a win is a win. It doesn't matter how pretty or how gross it is. As long as you get across the finish line, that's all that matters. And it has been an incredibly scrappy game. Both teams making a wide variety of mistakes. But I gotta say, right, and I don't want to rag too hard on Mayan, but it's a 5v5 game, and the AWP is such a valuable, key, integral part of the game itself. If it's not working, just play the rifle. We know you're a really accomplished rifler, and you don't have to use an AWP on Inferno. This isn't a Dust 2. You can get away with it.
I actually think that's an underrated take in many ways. I don't think giving up on the AWP is like a concession. It's just acknowledging that there will probably be days for most, unless you're like a modesty kind of person, there are going to be days where the AWP just doesn't really seem to be connecting. And yeah, I fully agree. And there are AWPers where it probably just makes sense to say, actually, you know, why? I'm not going to do that right now. I mean, also, making that choice just puts you in line mentally with someone like Saiwu, who will make that choice all the time. Yes. And look at what an accomplished player he is. So, like, if it's good enough for Saiwu, why not let it be good enough for everybody else? Again, they're in this position where a Molotov will really clear this out. They didn't have it last time. Surely, Vince, this time they will.
You would hope so, wouldn't you? They're also playing like a bit of a bait and switch. Luchov taking the first call, second player behind him. Now, this is where you want a Molotov in there, at least a HG. They've done it. They don't fully commit to it because they weren't really occupying Banana in their minds anyway. This was more of a quick probe, a quick check, a quick scout, and now they're making quick moves, inroads over onto A instead. The linchpin being Zwei as he's moving into Apps himself, but they decide to go back again. This is where time becomes a problem, though. Sub 40 seconds, there's still smokes to play with. Max has one.
Yes, and that smoke could be worth its weight in gold. He put it down. There's going to be about 12 seconds when that smoke fades at B, so they must go back to the A bomb site. And I think they know they're going back. 3 people on the other side. Oh, Max might have done it here. This is a brilliant call for the defense. I can't see them losing this one. It'd have to be one of the best flashes of all time to get through this smoke. And already, Wazo Peak taking one. Luchov back around the corner. 8 seconds on the clock. Slaxigess, a great headshot. But again, there are so many people on the bomb site. DGT with a double spray down. And 9C take one more step here towards winning the map and going up 2-0 in the grand finals. They are at 12-10. And that late smoke with just not enough time in the clock to really wait it out. They couldn't get through. Max, he positioned his troops perfectly.
Oh, man, it was like watching a car crash in slow motion, wasn't it? Like, it's so morbid, it's so sad that you can't help but watch. We could see what was happening 20, 30 seconds before it took shape. And PARIVISION were completely oblivious. Again, though, their lack of committal to fully forcing behind a play they had in mind has cost them dearly. 2 map points for 9C to go 2-0 in the grand finals. And PARIVISION have just a Tech 9 on its way. I would give him the AK from Hobbit, just straight up. He's too good to be not utilizing a rifle in a round of this magnitude.
Yeah, there's no hiding it. DGT, headshot to bring down Cello. It could be the beginning of the end here for PARIVISION. Wazo Peak, he's not going to stop either. Sway goes down. He's trying to beat the timing on the smoke. PARIVISION in shambles right here. They got close, real close to taking this map away from their enemies, but they line up instead and get completely wrecked in that final push. It is 9C picking up the map of Inferno. We said it was likely, but it became a way harder game than we ever thought it was here on Inferno. And somehow, without Mayan getting activated, they still make it work. So great news for them, I suppose. It will mean that we're going on to a third map in this series, the Grand Finals. Get tuned in, get something to drink, get yourselves rehydrated. It is Dust 2 coming up. And Vince, it's all on the line right now for PARIVISION. They must win this map or they're not going to be able to power on through. They'll lose the Grand Final, in fact.
It is do or die, and they won't just lose the Grand Final, they will go out with a whimper. Yes, they did try to come back into Inferno. I can respect it. But considering that Mirage was up first and Dust 2 is a map they're very comfortable on, surely this is where they start to turn the tide.
You want to believe that? I want to believe that. I think we deserve another map. I want to get all the way to cash at the end, but we can't influence that. Only PARIVISION can. We'll see if it's going to be possible after the break. Third map is going to be coming right up. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be right back.
We are back, everybody. Guangzhou, how we doing? An exciting second map in there, but 9Z up 2-0 already. Looks like it could be closed out. All right, we got some more mouse pads to give away, but we need to go into this crowd and start moving through the people, right? We got our trumpet marching band with us. Okay, okay, keep going.
来，我们小浩哥开路啊！我们跟随小浩哥的脚步。
Oh, we're stuck.
There's a roadblock.
There we go. Hey, we're stopping here. All right. Hello, my man. What is your name?
My name is Jackie.
Jackie, nice to meet you. Who is your favorite team?
My favorite is Falcons.
Falcons. Everyone likes Falcons. Okay. Who's your second favorite team?
Second favorite is Spirit.
Spirit. Okay. Which major did Spirit win?
Which? Shanghai.
Shanghai Major, correct. There we go. Thank you very much. Let's go. All right, trumpet guy, get us moving. Make way for the trumpet man. Hey. Hey, you gotta pick this one now. We are Falcons. Okay.
Falcons. We are Falcons. We are Falcons.
But wait a second. Can you do the dance better than me?
来，怎么样？你是不是这个 Falcon 的战舞跳得比 Banks 还好？来展示一下。
You ready? Come on. I want to see it. I want to see it. Music. Trumpet man, can you give us some We Are...
来，随便
All
吹，
right.
来。
Everyone. We are Falcons. All right. How do we rate his performance? Was it good?
怎么样？跳的怎么样
All right.
It's pretty good.
There you go, my man. Thank you very much. Enjoy the heavy claw mouse pad. Thank you for being here. Boom. All right.
Let's keep it moving.
Keep it going.
来
We'll keep it
继续
going
继续
forward. Thank you, security man. Woo. Okay, we're stopping here. My man here. What's this he's got? Jame on there. Jame time, Dragon Law. Just go save. Just go save. Okay. Are you a PARIVISION fan?
Of course. I follow the James from all over the 2019.
Oh, okay. Very good. All right, tell me, what major final did he play in against the Stralis when he was on Avangard?
2019 Berlin!
Oh, 这是真粉啊
Easy win. There you go. The mouse pad
Easy.
is yours, my man.
Davai PARIVISION! Davai James! Davai Banks! Davai everybody! Let's go!
Ooh.
All right, one more to find, Trumpet Man. Let's go deeper. Boom. Well, this guy has, is that the major trophy from Blast? Can I take a look? Can I see?
这是 Blast
Come
Major
here.
奖杯吗
Whoa. He's blocking the camera. So this is the Austin Major Trophy. You had this 3D printed.
这个是3D 打印的吗
是的 Yes, yes.
Yes. Oh, nice stuff, man. All right. So it's obvious who won the Austin Major final, right? We know who that is. So tell me, who did Simple play for at the Austin Major?
Austin Major Simple 在哪支队效力
Freeze!
呢
Freeze up! Whoa!
Yeah. There you go, my man. Turn to the camera.
Woo!
All right. That's it for now, Guangzhou. We're going to the third map. Make some noise!
We have returned once again. It is the third map here. We are in the grand finals of the XSE Pro League in China. PARIVISION, they've lost 2 maps now. And 9C just need 1 more to claim the prize. It's a $1 million tournament. The VRS implications are enormous, and both these teams would love to walk away with a victory here today, but they're going to have to fight a lot on the PARIVISION side. Dust 2 is coming up. It is a map that they play very well for PARIVISION, so I'm excited. I also think 9C have some trouble on the T side. Their over-reliance on the A-bomb side, in my opinion, is pretty enormous. They do go A lot, and I'm pretty sure PARIVISION will be prepared and kind of see that coming. So a test maybe to see if 9C can switch it up, if they can actually find more success at B, but currently it's it's pretty outrageous how much they end up going there. And for the PARIVISION side of things, they've only played this map twice with this current lineup, but here's a fact for you, Vince. Out of the 30 rounds so far that they played on the T side, 9 of them have been A short executes, and they've won every single one of those rounds. So they have a massive reliance on those A short pushes. So far, again, the sample size is very small, but just to try and contextualize what we're about to see here a little bit on Dust 2. It's a third map. Vince, do you got any hope left for PARIVISION? Can they still do it?
Yeah, I do have hope. And some of that hope, it kind of feels like a pretty sad point to raise here, is that Main is having a shocking series. He's 0.59 rating. He's got 12 kills over 2 maps, 35 ADR. And Dust 2, it's an AWP's paradise, and James is very good on this map. So for me, that is definitely a way back in, if nothing else. Like, I know that DGT's had a great series. Huazo Peak's really been good. Luchov has been performing as well. But this is a map that you need to have Mayan having impact. He cannot have another stinker, because I think he will get punished. I think James is good enough to put down some kind of traps that they can exploit from the PARIVISION side of things. So let's see.
We know that James is never really going to give up. He's always got another idea. He's always got another plan. And you're right, maybe they can strike while Mayan is still effectively offline. Molotov is real nice to try and make sure you can get up there. DDT was on the other side. Smoke was up as well, so that was going to keep him back. The bomb is still in lower dark, and there is actually a push in from Luchov. He spotted him. He saw that player. I don't think he can see the bomb necessarily, but yeah, he's going to go back and take a look and almost cost him his life. Did he get hit by a teammate afterwards? He was down to 10 health, and then he took another 5 damage running into the bomb site. Or I'm just totally crazy. But regardless, it's going to be a bit of a fight in the middle here. Mayan, great if he could get a start here with the USP. Get some confidence back. Get this last player online. The 9C surely can get it across the board. 50 seconds left. And let's just see if there's any chance here to get onto a bomb site. They are going to go up short. Like I said, PARIVISION, they've been doing this so much. And we'll see it again. One player lurking out long. It's DGT in this position. All you need is headshots here. They'll actually put up a smoke. That means DGT can't see a thing. But then again, PARIVISION will have to run through that one. Hobbit is down in the round early. And now the bomb is on the ground. Mayan has found a headshot on Slaxidiez. It's all come undone here. PARIVISION, they were close. They were close to the bomb site. But they never really got enough speed to actually get on and plant the bomb. James is now alone, hiding in the smoke, and 3 people on the other side. He tried to clutch it on Mirage. Can he do it this time? Not at all. It's DGT with a headshot instead.
Yeah, some great opening kills from Mayan. And then the time, once again, became the determining factor. It forced PARIVISION into really uncomfortable fights that they couldn't really win. It's this from Huazo Peak, and Mayan lands one as well. And that was pretty much where everything came undone. 25 seconds, you can see here on the clock, before they start pushing. And they're just leaving themselves no room for error, no wiggle room whatsoever. So, no plant is also going to hurt PARIVISION quite a bit in terms of their endeavors in round 2. And they decided to just straight up rush onto B. I couldn't respect it. They get the kill, but there's Max. And this is where the round should come to an abrupt end. They have at least closed the gap with the MP9, but DGT, just in the nick of time, shows up on window and lays them both out.
I can respect the rush as well. I know you're always interested, Vince, in if you start looking at some of the mechanical aspects of the game. The way that Max is peeking that box with the FAMAS, like I don't think he had like maybe half a shoulder outside, and he was still landing shots behind it with the FAMAS. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a really good jiggle peek angle, especially as the T's are generally going to stick to the left side of the tunnels, right, from the CT's perspective, so you don't get shot from more angles.
Yeah.
So it lowers the angle spread as well on those jiggle peaks. So yeah, Max played it really well. He also knew that DGT obviously was going to be coming up on the window side, so he didn't need to fully wide swing. Knew his left-hand side was covered.
And sometimes I think those details, almost they get lost in the madness, because obviously Counter-Strike is a fairly quick game, so it is hard to cover everything. But sometimes if you go and look at a demo, I've done this in the past, like you look at like an NI, demo, and you actually just watch like in 50% or even like 30% speed. Sometimes you catch like little details in how people move that are genuinely interesting. Obviously it's, don't have time for that here. We're at 100% speed, especially Luchov is. Taking out Slaxyjez early. He was lurking in that top, or in that upper dark position. And that's a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. Now PARIVISION is isolated to this one part of the map. Main is on the other side. They're all on the catwalk again. I did warn, PARIVISION love this catwalk. And like I said, they've had a 100% success rate hitting the catwalk so far in the tournament. But that might come to an end here. 9C's pretty well prepared. Counter grenades are coming out. Incendiaries on top of incendiaries to slow them down. 35 seconds now.
Pick up the pace. They do have the first entry, though. It's going to be Sway. And Zello as well, both cracking open the site. Mayan stuck to the back on the ramp. We've been calling upon him to have a little bit more up his sleeve, a little bit more muscle behind his punch, but this time he's just doused down with the AK once more. Max now pivoting around, desperately trying to deny this bomb plant, but Hobbit will not allow that to take shape. And PARIVISION finally get on the board of Dust 2.
In a way, that's kind of outrageous. Like, I guess this round shows you why they like that short position and why they like catwalk, because they got found out, they got Molotoved away, so they had to sort of, reconvene a meeting on catwalk to say, okay, what's the plan now? And then they come back in and they just blow the heads off everybody. From an aim perspective, they just love that position. Kind of sick. 9C is going to be frustrated at that. They're down to SMGs and AWP as well, running out long. They had to spawn for it here, PARIVISION, but they have been denied any entry. Smoke is down as well. Yeah, not the best follow-up necessarily, but when you get those long spawns, sometimes you just want to go for it.
First kill, though, and a lot of damage to Slaxyjez is going to put a serious halt onto PARIVISION's intentions of pushing out and long. And additionally, because Slaxyjez is low, because they're a player down, definitely starts to lean into the MP9s a little bit more, of having more impact in this one. So PARIVISION need to be very careful. They're stacking 3 players over on B. It would essentially be them versus Mayan. But he does have the AWP.
And that's a shot he can't miss, and he won't. We've been looking at Mayan. It's pretty much all Inferno. He actually gets this shot on the Shui as well. Still backing up into the window. Honestly, if he plays on the outside, that's a great idea. Nice move from Mayan. 3 kills. You don't have to go back in. It's not required here. James alone against 4. If you die now, it's a 1 versus 3, and it's a little bit more winnable, but DGT will find him inside of the smoke. And 9C, important to answer this round back. They had 2 MP9s, not a lot of utility in this round, and they still find a way to convert it. So if PARIVISION had wanted, I guess, to say it another way, 9C would have been back on pistols, and it would have been a very, very different start to the half year, but they just barely survived.
Yeah, it would have been dire consequences. Well played, Mayan. Welcome back. He's here again. It's taken him 2 maps, but he got there eventually. I've seen a lot of people also commenting on Max's, how he sits and how he sort of operates. I think we really should mention that he actually has an eye disease, a degenerative eye disease called keratoconus. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It thins the cornea and causes significant vision impairment. He's basically blinded in his left eye when he's playing, and he also has effects in his right eye. So because of that, that's why he sits so close to the screen in the angle that he does, which is honestly remarkable, that he's playing at a top level, pro level, with significant eye problems. Like, massive respect to him.
Yeah, that's really important detail. I like it. DGT, he goes down early here, and Luchov hanging around in lower dark with the AK. Got to be careful you don't give one back. Oh, the timing is ridiculous. He was looking the other way. I think he heard a grenade behind him. Hobbit pounces on top with the P250, And now they've got another AK on that side. What a weird beginning here. PARIVISION is a nice, you know, hero AK into the round, and the fact that they get a kill as well to begin with is obviously even better. But 9C, they could be in trouble immediately if PARIVISION pick up this round.
Yeah, we're talking about dire consequences if they lost the previous one, but those consequences haven't been struck off just yet. Big kill from Mayan, though. It's going to take away a little bit of the difficulty up on Catwalk. Spray from Max gets one, but traded instantly out. Mayan with another beautiful shot. This is why we were highlighting him, because we know he's capable of this.
Yeah, where was it? An Inferno. Some really good flicks. Unfortunately, his teammates have not been helping him too much in the round. Max got a kill, but that's about it. He's trying to relocate. He actually had a chance to pull the trigger there, but I think he hadn't quite landed on the box, unfortunately. PARIVISION picking up the round, and that's after losing the previous, I would say, more critical round. They immediately punish 9C. I really think we deserve more than 3 maps in this grand final. PARIVISION, they have been better throughout this tournament than what they've shown us in the first 2 maps. And they're starting to accumulate a little bit here. It's still early on in the half, right? But they're putting so much pressure on the CT side economy. If PARIVISION can win this next round here, it's going to be real tough for 9C to start to make any kind of purchase. Luchov is tagged through the door. And that's not a bad start.
Yeah, down to 26. PARIVISION now looking to try and get some kind of a stranglehold in this quarters. The quarters? They wish it was the quarters. The grand finals. They wish they could go back in Groundhog Day and do this all differently. I'm sure of that. But they're still with a chance. They're still with a fight.
Hobbits jumping around. They've cleared out the catwalks. Pretty basic protocol on the map here. Wants to suggest that they could be showing up. I don't think they will. I think this is, if anything, will be a bit of a fake towards the catwalk. Although that smoke going down makes Hobbit feel like, well, then I don't have to throw my own smoke. Might use it for middle instead. On the left-hand side is Max. He's already tagged up a bit, and inside of the bomb site is Luchov with an MP9 and 26 health. This feels like an incredibly thin defense, but 9C might think again that it's going to be catwalk because it does happen so much of the time. In this case, they're wrong. Incendiary goes down. That's very interesting. 33 seconds. Deep HE lands on top of 3 players, but it doesn't change the fact that they're low on health here. Time is slowly running out, but now they execute onto it. Slaxy gets the first. Luchov couldn't expect him to stay alive. He was already low, and I think 9C, they're going to be saving on the other side what little they have.
Very nearly got 2 as well with the MP9. Double dink the second player down to 27. Hell of an effort. Nice try. It doesn't stop the inevitable of PARIVISION picking up a 3rd round. Best start the PARIVISION have really had so far in this series.
Yeah.
And it's even with Mayan popping off. I've got to say, like, we kind of highlighted him as a potential weakness, a way that PARIVISION could get back in. That's not been the case. They've been winning these rounds through their own sheer hard work and muscle.
We needed this. PARIVISION needed this more than anything. Jame on the AWP as well. T-side, it's one of his strongest maps for T-side opening here on Dust 2. And I think we saw that last time they played in the tournament here. It was really fun to see Jame flex on the AWP. He's only got 2 kills for now, but early days. 3-3. The game is tied up. And PARIVISION, they must love this position that they're in here. They're up against a Deagle, an M4, and a FAMASA on the other side. It's not to say that it's a surefire thing that you're going to win the round, but you certainly have a sizable advantage here.
I'm just happy that we're seeing signs of life from PARIVISION, because I felt like throughout most of the first map and, well, at least the first half of the second map of Mirage, it felt, sorry, Inferno, pardon me, it felt like they were just gone. Like, mentally gone, checked out. Hobbit was super tilted. Timing here is horrible. The Mayan gets caught, and he's all alone as well, by the way. USP's being whipped out. There's not really much that you're expecting to see happen from 90's perspective. Any kills at this stage would be quite surprising, to say the least. And DGTs are already scampering away and trying to hold on to this M4. But it's good to see the PARIVISION have shown up. And they are going to make a real go of this.
Who was it yesterday that we were criticizing for holding that B bomb site passively with a smoke? Why am I blanking on this? It was Natu, you're right, yeah, on the phase side. Not to say this is the same for Mayan, but I guess the reason why the timing is so awkward for him is because, again, there's no signaling. There weren't the flashes or the smokes going up into the B bomb site. So PARIVISION, it's not that they're forgetting to throw the grenades. They just don't want to telegraph that they're going to be showing up at B. So yeah, unfortunate stuff for Mayan, but I mean, can't really be too upset about it. And it was always going to be a low percentage round anyway, so didn't get a chance to really fire that from us. Good work for PARIVISION. 4-3 in their favor now. Money started to accumulate quite a bit on the T side, actually a lot. And see if they have an answer here. 9C. They can't afford the AWP on Mayan, but they can afford flashes, and it's almost enough to get DGT the opening. Could see he was close to James just getting killed in that suicide lane.
Yeah, it was Natu yesterday. He was doing that little pixel jump that you were talking about with the smoke out. But it was kind of off timing with the rest of his teammates. I mean, FaZe had a ton of issues, didn't they, on their B hole yesterday, and they ended up paying for it ultimately in the end. But PARIVISION will have their sights and mindset on the here and now. And that is coming back from a 2-0 disappointing start in the grand finals. Max lining up a smoke. I was going to wide swing this one, but Luchov is so fast and his tracking there was beautiful.
That's the kind of round you want to see that in slow motion. It did look like he was dead on him. It looked like James somehow followed him through the door, but he actually didn't tag him. I thought that was going to connect for sure. And losing Cello is a big deal. He's the top fragger for the team, and said it's been a wild tournament for Cello individually. Sway as well. I feel both those young riflers have been contributing quite a bit. DGT spots 2, and another headshot for Luchov. He wants more. He's ready to swing for a fight in the middle. We'll back out as they put up the smoke here, and inside of the B bomb site, snuck through his Slaxy. You've got to make this work, but there's no chance for the team to make this round happen. Luchov is back in the window, get the kill. And yeah, a nice move from Slaxy, honestly, but he needed to find a really rapid headshot to get even close here to saving the round. So 9C, very important round. I think maybe more importantly, they have 5 people alive.
I'm always really fascinated to see how different players kind of approach the idea of whether they burst fire, whether they tap, like obviously a while back now, although he's been in the news again recently with Scream, of course, an insane one-tap machine. But the way that Luchov does his double taps, I think is just so beautiful to watch, because he never gets flustered, and you very rarely see him actually spray. It's his second kill here, goes for a bit of a spray, and it's the third one as well that he gets up on catwalk. He's double tapping the entire time, and it just makes it so accurate.
Yeah.
Mechanical aim is insane. He's one of the best players at this event, at least, when it comes to just that raw aim.
And it is always interesting. Like sometimes you'll see players do this as well, where they start with a spray, but then they have like a microsecond where they stop, and then they go into like the short burst or the double tap or whatever. And you're right, like holding your nerve throughout some of that, like if you don't hit the first immediate headshot, it can be a bit tricky sometimes. Luchov, what a revelation he's been. I don't think he lived up to the hype that I was trying to give him for playing Banana on Inferno, but he played well enough on the map overall. And certainly he's doing some work here. Up to 6 kills himself. Shot through the middle, does not connect. And it's going to be another slower default coming out here for PARIVISION. They do smoke off towards the doors there in the middle, and they are waiting. They might be boosted up. They did this a lot yesterday. I don't think they ever found a kill, but I think you pointed this out. They're waiting for the CTs to blow open the smoke in middle. That's why they've got Jame up there. You can see right here, but yeah, no smoke's been blown open.
Yeah, and I don't think 9Z is a team that actually does that very often. I don't think man enjoys peeking mid that often with the AWP, from what I've seen. He prefers playing over on the B side or playing long. And so I understand the idea from PARIVISION, but in this round, obviously, as we can see, main doesn't even have an AWP. He's into the M4. Money just not quite able to afford him that possibility. Is DGT now playing mid? So fluid, so versatile 9Z on the CT side of Dusty. I mean, it's what you expect. It's very spawn-based a lot of the time, especially early on. But Luchov was there last round. Now DGT. Main has been forced off of catwalk. Going to be smoking in the incendiary in a flash of his own just to stop the push. And Huazo Peak getting a lot of aggression up on long. 35 seconds, and PARIVISION have such little control of the map.
They still have an HE on DGT. There is a world here where he lands a nuclear bomb on PARIVISION. He's backing off with the AK in hand. 20 seconds. That's James going down, pushed by Huazo Peak. He actually pushed out of long and onto T mid and found that one. The grenade does a fair bit of damage, and the flashbang might be even more devastating. Mayan on the triple spray down, but it was DGT who set it up with that one. And yeah, Mayan fully activated, even without the AWP, which is the point that you brought up on Inferno. Maybe you don't even have to play with it if you don't want to. You can still do great rifling. 5-4 as 9C pick up a couple of rounds in a row here, and suddenly they're putting the pressure on the T-side economy.
Yeah, that flash that DGT threw in, like, just totally burned out the retinas of the entirety of the T's pushing in. Oh, James decides not to go for the shot. He was anticipating they were pushing lower tunnels there. That's why his crosshair was so low. Surprising, though, that he didn't even take a shot.
He's been doing it almost every single time. Maybe he's worried that at some point Mayan actually will have the AWP on the other side and re-peek him, but it's 5 AKs on the CT side. That's such a rare sight. I kind of love it. Why would you want an AWP? You can have this. Good trade out. But honestly, a strong shot for Cello. That's worth it from his point of view. Huazo Peak gets sway. Hobbit, you must hit this one. Huazo Peak instead. 2 kills. He was so isolated, ducking down to try and hide his face. And then he comes back swinging. 18 health left, but that double is huge. James, I think he was looking at the window, but he flicks down and shot in the toes. He's still alive for a 2v3 here. They need this round, though, but Mayan is trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Another double for him. Slaxy alone with the bomb in his back. And in a 1 versus 3, doesn't get the immediate burst. Molotov might force Huazo Peak into a fight. He can't back up into it, but he will, and he burns alive. But you can see he's so isolated here. What a bad position to be in. Slaxy, you've got to fight your way out, but he's running low on bullets as well, and running low on time. They're all around him. Headshot on the one side. Grenade comes in. It might be right on top. It's a touchdown!
The worst possible kind if you're PARIVISION, but that was wrought with mistakes, I have to say, from 9Z. There was this really strange confrontation, which was brute forced out of due to Huazo Peak's beautiful double, but Mayan takes some shots, and then he was like juggling grenades for about 5 or 6 seconds while they're pushing up catwalk, unsure as to whether to HE it or not. And if Huazo Peak doesn't go with those double, Mayan would have been caught with a nade out as well, and this round would have just completely capsized. It's so strange. Like, the indecision shown from Mayan there was absurd.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong about that. In spite of it, they find a way to make it through. The grenade. I feel bad for Slaxy. I wanted to see him try and get it, like, a chance at that fight at the end. It's kind of impressive that he even got, you know, the first kill in the 1v2. Probably should have been dead already, but yeah, look at James there, anticipating the move. That's why you don't want to be double-scoped in those positions as well. Nice shot from Slaxy on the Mayan, all things considered, but not a chance against Max's HE. And without a bomb plant, or I guess even with it, it's not going to be that much to work with here. 6-4, they've got some armor, some upgraded pistols, but PARIVISION, the momentum has gone away again.
Flash is just too late. Will do nothing. It's a freebie kill. As catwalk control goes with it. Molly also tossed in. Max was thinking about going through this smoke because they were lining up a pop flash for him to go through into that smoke from Luchov. And as soon as the kill comes through on catwalk and no second player is there, he pulled the plug and backed out.
4v5. Another smoke towards CT spawn. DGT relocating a bit into it. Gonna go back out and try and burst them down. 2 people holding, and with the incendiary in hand. How could you do this? Well, that's one way to do it, I suppose. Clean headshot. Cielo gets 1. Sway comes in with the follow-up. Max couldn't get more than the single kill here. Massive amounts of success for a round like this, PARIVISION. But can they get the bomb plant? Sway's dropped it now over by the car on that left-hand side. And DGT, he's already seen one in upper, and he might be able to guess where Cielo is. making the drop down, but Wasopi catches him. They don't even wait for the bomb to be attempted. They simply take the round away from them. Still a better result than I thought was possible there for PARIVISION. But the fact is, the best they could do right now, Vince, is get a 5th round on the board here for the first half.
Yeah, that's what they're clambering for. It's going to be without an AWP. They simply do not have the money for it. So will James go for the AK? We know he's very unlikely to go for a scout. And it's going to be the AK-47. And I have to say as well, Zway's had a little bit of a slow game, and I don't even want to blame him for this because he's been their linchpin, sort of their foundation, so often in this event. You can't expect him to be showing up, just delivering massive impact every single time, but when he hasn't, you really notice the lack of entry fragging capabilities, at least.
Yeah, that they do need that right now. I mean, it's worked a little bit on the catwalk, but I think the problem is 9C have been really good at saving utility to bomb out the catwalk because, again, they probably looked at the same stats that I was looking at in terms of how much the PARIVISION team have been hitting catwalk in the tournament. And now instead we've got Mayan over on the sides. Forward push from Max. In this tournament so far, you and I have had a long discussion about CT aggression on Dust 2, and I mean, Max is one of the most forward players we've seen in a while here. It's been interesting. I think earlier Wasopi also peeked into James, pushing out of long like that. So 9C kind of fulfilling some of our dreams to see the CTs make it at least halfway across the map.
I think the thing is, well, though, when you're playing against PARIVISION, I'll hold that thought for a second because I think we're about to get an execute coming in. They decide to try dry, and instead it's just going to be straight into the iron sight, the crosshair of Mayan, who will not miss. 30 seconds, they've realized B is no longer possible. But they just don't have the time for this. Hobbit's going to have to go huge with multiple entries, and instead it's a complete closed casket. And 9Z take the 8-4 half.
What a strong start for them here. They have been playing lights out in this tournament, and it seems like they've been warming up into it because it started a bit questionable, I've got to be honest. I felt like 9C weren't really fully awake at the beginning of it, during the group stage and everything else, but the longer we go, the more powerful they become. And against PARIVISION here, they're very close to winning it. Now, they got the two first maps already. They are a couple of rounds away from picking up this grand final. $1 million tournament. Imagine what it would do for 9C. I mean, they already impressed the world with their run at the major. But if they win here, then it's going to silence a lot of the people who might be saying, what if it was just a fluke? What if they can't do it? What if it, it's just a one-time thing? Feels like this 9C team, they're still on the ascendancy.
Yeah, I've been very impressed, I have to say. I don't think we've seen the best of PARIVISION, but 9Z have really done everything we could have asked from them. And I was going to talk before the last execute came in that I think one of the reasons why a lot of teams are less likely to play aggressive on CT side against PARIVISION is that PARIVISION are almost the counter to that in how they set up for most maps. And I'm not playing into the whole meme of like PARIVISION are really slow and boring to watch. But they do like to sit back and wait and just see what happens reactively for the first 20, 30 seconds of a lot of rounds. Sometimes it's to their detriment, but if teams are getting too aggressive against them, it actually can backfire massively for the CTs to do that. So I think that's another reason why a lot of teams haven't been playing as aggro against PARIVISION. But PARIVISION haven't been able to do enough to punish that.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. It is a scary idea pushing into a team like that, and you know that James is always going to be aware. You know that they're going to be a little bit slower. So I think you're onto something. A minute on the clock before we get back into the second half here. Mood seems to be great on the 9C side. 5 more rounds, and the grand final is theirs. With all the glory that goes with it. And, I mean, you don't really want to be spending too much time talking about what a team is doing wrong or disappointment or anything. Like, you want to be celebrating the grand final, but I don't think we can overlook the PARIVISION sort of, the lack that they have here. And it's a shame because for some of the rest of it, like that game against FaZe yesterday, I would say they showed insane amounts of strength in coming back and staying strong in spite of a really well-functioning FaZe team as well. So we know that it's there, and again, fine, we can have a bit of an asterisk next to them and say they just did, rebuild the team around a couple of new players. So it's not the end of the world, but I feel disappointed. I want more out of PARIVISION. I think they can deliver more. but there's no real momentum. They win a couple of rounds, and then they go, you know, immediately 9C are back on top.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of fair points to be raised about that, and of course, like Slaxyjez has not had a great series. He of course only 18 years of age, was picked up alongside Hobbit. But I think if nothing else, even if PARIVISION lose this grand finals, and even if it's a 3-0, you still take a lot out of this event. Like, making it to the grand finals in first place is an accomplishment. The amount of experience and exposure this will give multiple of their players, and not just Slaxyjez, but also the Jellos and the Zways of this team additionally, is something that's going to be really, really valuable going forward for the rest of this year and into next year. So there is a lot to be sort of happy about, I suppose, even if it doesn't feel like it right now.
No, you're right about that. They wanted the Molotov into that lower dark position, and they successfully did so, but James, he's destroyed Max at the beginning, but now the push is coming up long. Luchov gets the first Hobbit, and James answering back. That's not bad. Smoke is there for the cross, but they actually blow it open. So nearly catching Mayer, and he does turn around and finds Hobbit. The round is not over yet. It's a great start for PARIVISION, but this is where you want to see some of that ice-cold calling coming out from the captain of the team. And they've got the kit on Slaxyjez. They've got time. They can think about this. They can set up the retake, and especially with James coming long. But man, my God, what a great peek. Takes down Slaxyjez before James can get there. Now they've lost Cello, and it's once again all on the shoulders of James, and he hasn't checked the car. He can't check it. DGT takes him down, and that's a huge pistol round victory. 9C, nearly cementing the grand final for themselves in that one round.
Dude, Mayan should be studied by scientists to have, like, he's next level of inconsistency, right? Like, the first two maps in this series, he was basically just vibing. He was, like, on a pacifist run or something. And now he is a complete nightmare. Just reaping every single soul from PARIVISION on a consistent basis. 17 frags. That's more kills. That's 5 more kills than he got in the first two maps combined.
It's hard to believe, but it's absolutely true. Maybe he is just, you know, he's just fully optimizing himself. He's saying, don't worry, guys, I know you guys will win the first two maps without me. I'll reserve my energy. I'll just chill out for a while, and then I'll come into the third map. 17-4. And fighting early in that 2v3. Like, he knows they're isolated on the bomb site. If they just wait, they are going to get swung long, or they're going to be 3-man peaked from the ramp. So finding the first kill and completely destroying any chance of a retake. Super sick intuition on him. Out long we go. It is 9C up against only pistols on the other side, so doubtful much can happen. They would check the pit. Hobbit was hiding back there. There's another 3 people at the A-bomb site, but I don't really think this stack makes a difference here. So much utility, and it really should be a 10-4 scoreline, at which point PARIVISION truly have their backs to the wall.
Heard that. Ooh, sprays a bit off. Doesn't matter. Has the advantage of going up against the USP. And although Jello has picked up the MAC-10 from the corpse of Luchov, definitely wants to try and give it a little bit more money if he can. It's not just a case of saving the MAC-10 now. If he can get another frag, that's an extra $600 in his bank balance. That'll help matters out nicely going into the next and forward rounds. Got another one. And now we can just sit behind that smoke lane. However, I'm really trying hard, Anders, to paint some kind of positive pictures here, because at the end of the day, whether Jello gets the rest of the kills, his team's still down 10-4. So, does it matter?
I mean, it does feel like you owe it to PARIVISION to try to manufacture that kind of a storyline. I don't know. It feels sad if you just say this isn't it. Like, it's all over. I see. For me personally, maybe it's just a personality thing. I'm always hanging out for hope. I'm always thinking there's a chance. All they take is one good round. Like, somebody gets a sick clutch and it's back on. So I don't want to give up hope, but yeah, it is tricky to figure out like a way for this to really turn into something favorable. James with the AWP, that could be the first sign of something good. But if they can't win this round, PARIVISION, then their remaining rounds drop to very, very few, especially in terms of buy rounds. Traditional smoke up here in the middle. How quick do they want to be? They don't actually go for the elevated smoke on top of the door. James is going to fall back immediately before they even really show up.
Well, the thing is, well, you know, those kills from Jello afforded the opportunity for James to have the AWP. He got the AWP across to James. So
True.
could maybe, in theory, lead to something special. Stranger things have happened, but it's going to be a fast hit now from Luchov going out first before the smokes have had a full chance to plume. And he just nails Sway. Never stood a chance through the smoke as well. Insult to injury. The AWP is dead and buried. And for realistically, so are PARIVISION at this point.
That's such a great run. When you're talking about entry fragging, one thing is the, say, quantifiable fact of whether or not you actually get the kills or not. But another thing is the space that you create behind you. And Luchov is so far on the map that even if he would have died in theory, the rest of 9C are really far up. But yeah, he was so close to Shui that he just never stood a chance there. AK to take him down. It's a beautiful shot. We'll put 9C up to 11. And PARIVISION, sad as it is, like the best scenario here is that they actually save the rifles. They do need to do that. Cello doing the best that he can to hold on to it for dear life. Yeah, out of his cold, dead hands is what they're going to have to pry it here. Quad kill for Cello. It's a really small thing to highlight, but every rifle counts.
It does, but so does every single round.
Yeah.
And the sands of time are running dry for PARIVISION on Dust, and their prospects of going any further in the grand finals. You can see it on the right-hand side of your screen. Mirage and Inferno both went the way of 9Z, 13-9, 13-10 respectively. This has been the most one-sided map thus far, unless PARIVISION can find that next level to maneuver into.
We haven't seen it yet. We're waiting with bated breath for that one moment where we could see some kind of a change, and it just hasn't arrived yet. So we're a little bit starved for something to discuss on the PARIVISION side. I mean, for 9C, the story is writing itself. Max has been calling great. Mayan has suddenly come alive from a deep slumber. Now he's up to 18-5. Grenade around is pretty decent. Luchov actually takes the full force of it there. But again, they're on the catwalk. They seem to be doing what PARIVISION are doing pretty much. Smoke on top here, but they might just run straight through it. They got the flashes as well. Wasso Peak takes down Jame, and Hobbit now feeling the pressure. Fire is everywhere, and Luchov with the headshot takes him down in the middle of all of that chaos. Again, the entries here for Luchov, he's positively pog-mocked them, is what they say, the kids, Vince, in case you don't know.
Did you just say pog-mog?
It's possible there was a bet going on, but
God. Seek help, bro.
Meds are going to be required more than anything for PARIVISION at the moment. They need the help. Shui, long, he does get a little bit, but again, we can't really be celebrating PARIVISION saving rifles. Like, sure, in another context, it's fine, but this is the grand final. You're down to a single more round that you can lose, or it's all over. 9C on 12 rounds, just stomping their way through this one, to be honest. Couple of interesting maps to begin with, but it never really felt like 9C lost control. It felt like they were in the driving seat the whole time, and we were constantly talking about whether or not PARIVISION could make it back, if they could do some sort of recovery, if there was some, brilliant call or clutch that they could do to revive the team. And on this one, it feels even more barren. 12-4, ladies and gentlemen. PARIVISION need 8 rounds in a row.
Starts to come down. It feels like 9C is just on a different level of confidence, of ability, of ruthlessness, and efficiently shut down any kind of aggressive attempt through a middle. And now it falls upon Jello, Zway, and Hobbit. The IGL of Jame on just 5 kills has had nothing in terms of impact in this game and can do little but watch on as the rest of the troops try and save the day. But it's so unlikely. 9Z on the brink of 3-0ing the grand finals.
A statement victory if I've ever seen one. Coming out of the majors not that long ago, they really shocked the world in Cologne. And now they've moved all the way to China, and they are still playing great Counter-Strike here. Up against one of the more elusive IGLs of Jame, we've seen what great calling he could do. And yes, it's a new PARIVISION roster, but they're not ready to face up against 9C at the moment. You can tell. Wasso Peak is playing well. Max will find the opening at Sway. We're down to 2 players left here. A couple of kills away from crowning themselves champions here of the XSE Pro League. Hobbit and Cello 2 versus 5, and Hobbit straight dead. DGT just waiting for the kills to come to him. All on Cello in a 1 versus 5, and there isn't a world where this could be done. He goes down. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for 9C, your champions here in Guangzhou in China, the XSE Pro League. Absolutely terrific run for the South American team. You've got to give them a lot of credit for this one.
The curse of their playoffs has been lifted. The event was wrought with trials and tribulations. They lost their first game against Eyeballers over a week ago. They lost to Alliance, but then they got their revenge, and now they are champions. What an incredible turnaround. A team that couldn't win in playoffs going back the last few months has now bagged themselves the lion's share of $1 million and all the VRS points that come with it.
And what a time for the South American scene to come alive in this way. We've got a major next year in the continent. They are really putting themselves on the map right now. People, of course, are going to say, yeah, but where's Spirit, where's Vitality for this tournament? I don't care about that. This is an amazing achievement for 9C. It's super great, it's great effort and it's great experience to have for a young team like this one. You can see how excited they are on the stage, and they should be. They've achieved something really, really cool here tonight. So, yeah, give it up for them. Make some noise in the kick chat, if you will. I'm sure we're going to be down to the stage in a couple of seconds here, but they're going to be lifting that trophy. And all the credit to them individually and as a team. I think Max, when it comes to the IGLing, it's been really fun to watch. So, yeah, let's give it up for them here. They're hyping up the crowd. 9C, ladies and gentlemen, your champions here in China. Scenes, I must say, lifting the trophy one by one and enjoying their time in the limelight here. Who could blame them? I think, Vince, you said on day one that you had a good feeling that 9C could win this tournament. I think you even said they were your favorites to win it. I mean, that's a pretty good call.
Yes, the way they played the major, the consistency that they've been showing, the fact that them and Betboom, I think, were probably the favorites. One of the few teams at this event as well, of course, keep in mind, that didn't have a roster change coming into it. But I had my doubts, Anders, after they went down to Eyeballers. I thought maybe it was a too fast a turnaround from the major to this to expect any kind of success. But it felt like they grew into this event the longer they were in it.
Yeah, it really, really did. Big build.
What a journey it has been for this team. Fighting back in the group stage, and now they stand as champions of XSE Pro League 2026. Max, I'm going to start with you. 2020, you first put this 9Z jersey on. You've seen many players come and go, different coaches. You've had struggles, you've had ups and downs. What does it feel like now to have your first notable trophy?
Yeah, for me it's unbelievable. I was waiting this moment for many years, representing 9C for more than 6 years, so it's long time. And I'm very happy I did it with my boys, with my guys, and with my family, 9C. And yeah, just thank you for to my guys for listening me also always, to my family, to my wife, my daughter. They are always for me, and for all the Chinese fans, they were incredible this time, and I'm very happy we are champions here in Guangzhou.
这个冠军对我来说真的是太开心了，我已经代表9Z出战有6年多了，感谢我的家人，感谢我的队友们，这是我们俱乐部队史上的第一个冠军，感谢广州的所有观众朋友。
Well, so you're lifting your first trophy with your Crocs on. Give me some words to the crowd.
Thank you so much, all the people who is supporting us. It's amazing for us to win our first trophy in China. And thank you so much.
花秀 Pig 也是穿着他的洞洞鞋拿下了冠军啊！感谢大家。
Luchov, it feels like you guys had to dig deep across this event. You've been on so many events back to back, no vacation time. but now you stand there as champions lifting the trophy. Just tell me about the journey and what it's taken for you guys to be able to have this success now and finally do it.
I don't have the correct words to answer that, but like I joined this team in this year at the start, so I think it's incredible what we achieved until now. We start the first tournaments like very like a team from the start, so I think that was a good thing for us, and this was made us to stay here. And I'm very happy, and thank you all the people, my family, my parents, my girlfriend, and I love them. So thank you very much. People here make this tournament incredible also. So thank you so much.
Luchov 说我是今年年初才加入这支队伍的，但是这一切真的太美妙了。我们这次插表打的就是我们从第一天起，我们就像是整个一个团队在打。这也是我们能最后取胜的原因。
Bit, it's been quite a journey for you. In the past, you were on 9Z, then you left for a little while, then you came back, and now the team stands here with a trophy. What I first want to know from you is how much has Max developed since you first saw him to where he is now?
I think a lot. Max has been like playing for many years now. I think we are capable of playing any team in the world at the moment, so I'm very happy. I'm very happy for my team because they trust us, and yeah, that's the most important thing. Yeah, we are here. We should be in vacation right now, but yeah, we decided to come here because we knew we could win this tournament. It was very important. A lot of teams decided to skip this tournament to take a break. We didn't. We wanted to come here and win, so yeah, I'm very happy.
Max 这些年的进步是非常明显的。我觉得我们现在呢，可以和全世界任何一支战队掰掰手腕。很多我们现在本来是应该在度假的，但是我们选择来广州打这个比赛。很多的队现在都在度假，他们没有来打这个比赛，但是我们来了。
And maybe you can answer this for me as well, Bit. What makes this team so special? Because it's been non-stop tournaments, non-stop grinding, and you guys continue to improve.
I think just grinding a lot, you know. We've been playing a lot. We talk a lot about Counter-Strike. We play the game a lot, and yeah, we understand each other very well. I think we are doing amazing in this tournament, and shout out to XP as well. He's not here, but yeah, he's a great part of the team as well.
是我们这支队伍真的平时非常的刻苦，非常的努力，我们会一起打非常多的比赛啊。我觉得我们这次比赛打得也非常好。
Mayan, yesterday you said to me that this team is the best thing that ever happened to you. Well, now you just lifted a trophy with him. What do you say now?
I don't know. I don't have words right now. It feels really amazing. I think we deserve this because we were fighting the whole year. And now we deserve a little rest, but it's the most beautiful team I had on my entire life. And I'm very thankful to be by side of them. And I think it's the start of something really, really good for us. We want... Oh my God. What the...
梅尔说已经不知道说什么了，但是他昨天说9Z 这支队是我人生中最棒的一件事情，也非常感谢我的队友们能跟我一起并肩作战来拿到这个冠军，这个感觉真的太美妙了。然后他还说，我觉得这可能是 the start of something new 啊，我们可能真的从这届比赛夺冠之后呢，可能就真的要走上我们的巅峰了。
DGT, you left 9Z. You had a brief stint on pain. You come back, and now you get to lift the trophy. What changed for you when you joined 9Z again?
I don't know, maybe the confidence. They give me a lot of confidence. I'm so fucking happy. I'm so proud of the boys. And yes, I just want to say thanks to the people of China. Thank you, mother. Thank you, girlfriend, and thank you, the team.
是的，因为DGT 他之前其实在9Z 打过，然后呢他又从9Z 离开了去了 Pain，然后他后来又回到了9Z， DGT 说呢，我这一次又回到9G，我感觉我自己的自信心变强了，也是非常感谢我的队友们，是他们给了我这个自信心。
And now we have one special thing to announce as well. There is a Pepsi MVP. Baseline J, who's getting it from Pepsi?
我们接下来为大家揭晓我们活动的百事 MVP， 那是谁呢 ？Who is it？
It's up, it's up.
Wasso! Well, anything you'd like to say, man?
Thank you.
其实这样，我们其实很想，因为大家知道9Z 是一支南美的队伍，那他们的队员其实来自阿根廷、来自乌拉圭、来自智利。那么让他每一个人和他们的家乡，因为他们家乡现在肯定还有很多人在看他们夺冠，每个人和家乡说一句家乡话。So guys, you guys are a South American team, and you're from Uruguay, you're from Chile, you're from Argentina. So there's a lot of fans back home watching you. So just anything you like to say to them in Spanish, whatever. Just everybody say something.
Muchas gracias a toda la gente que nos apoya de las casas. Se levantaron bastante temprano. Pero nada, espero que le hayamos hecho felices estos días. Nosotros estamos bastante felices y nada, que el segundo semestre lo vamos a seguir con todo. Y nada, muchas gracias en especial a los chilenos que me apoyan, que los quiero mucho.
Any translation or no?
¡Dale 9Z, macho!
Guys, thank you for the love. Those days for us, it was incredible. And we hope to be here again in Guangzhou because we love here. And yeah, Unai Woo!
谢谢。
Thank you so much, guys. Xie. We love you. We love you all. Thank you.
No, not Tony, man, not Tony. Xie, guys, Xie. Thank you. We love you. We are living a dream.
And I think he says it perfectly. They are living a dream because these moments are hard to find and hard to have. We're going to get the whole team to sign the camera over here. But Guangzhou, please give it up. Raise the roof. Make as much noise as possible for your champions of the XSE Pro League 2026. It's 9Z!
Right, spectacular scenes locally there in China with 9C lifting the trophy. You can see it means a lot to them. What a time for South American Counter-Strike to revive itself. We've got a major next year in Buenos Aires in Argentina. I think that's going to be absolutely incredible It's way past time that we sort of went elsewhere in South America than just Brazil. Not that that's not been fun, but yeah, Counter-Strike has wide reaches. So I'm really thankful for that. I think it's absolutely awesome. And I could be wrong here, Vince. I don't know for sure. But I think what we saw at the end there as well was Waso Peak. He won the grand final with Lightning McQueen Crocs on, which is a fucking gangster move, in my opinion.
Yeah, and he also got MVP with them on as well. So yeah, fair play to him. Like he's popped off on the server and out of the server. But I think it's honestly just awesome for 9Z overall, because this might be a strange thing to say, but I think more important than the money, more important than the VRS points, I think what they just achieved today is just a massive amount of self-belief. And for me, I think this team can be a legitimate top 5 contender. That's the confidence they needed. They needed to break the curse of their playoff run. They've done it now. The sky's the limit. I'm not saying they can necessarily be the best team in the world, but they've definitely taken a massive step forward now, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you could see where some of the improvements can happen as well. I feel like, Mayan, a little bit more consistency. Like when he's good, it's very impressive. Obviously, when he disappears against a better team than PARIVISION, that would have probably cost them maybe both the first opening maps there, and that would have been interesting. Yeah, overall, I agree. Like building this kind of confidence, having the extra experience, very, very cool stuff. So I'm really happy for 9C. It's been fun watching this team play. They've been through a lot with different lineups. They've tried to make it work for a long time. And, like they said, DGT kind of in and out of the team. At one point, I think they had Martinez as well playing, and it was like there was a whole sort of mix of people in and out for a while, but they managed to put it together at the end, and I think that's awesome. So, yeah, I want to give a big thanks to all of you guys that have been with us since the start. Really enjoyable stuff. Very interesting tournament with lots of fun results and cash being played a little bit. So, yeah, just thank you guys for all the support and everything else. We'll hope to do it again soon. Vince, any parting words for you? What's on your mind now?
Just been a pleasure. I'm actually happy for 9Z. I think they were deserved winners in the end. It was trials and tribulations, but they withstood it all, and I'm really excited to see what they have next. I hope they do get a bit of a vacation as well, though, because burnout is a real thing.
True.
So they've definitely earned it now.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. We'll see how long that break is going to be. Counter-Strike is a weird place. But, yeah, big shout-out to all of you. Thanks to the production as well, and everyone in China who's made all of this happen for the playoffs and everything else. We will see you guys hopefully real soon. I hope we get more events in China as well, because it always is very, very interesting. But until next time, stay safe and have a great Sunday.